Yes, yeah, that's right. I do it again too. Is everyone ready for Primetime League? Are you guys ready? Hey, okay, a little lighter. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's right. The key to the city was mine. Tried to take it back, but we're ready for Primetime League, and we are ready to get this show started. Are we almost done? We're almost there. All right, this will work. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
What's up, Riv?
That's what I'm talking about.
Nicely done.
All right, we can go wherever we want, but
Yes.
right after the show. So I'm going to stick that there.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our very first live episode of Primetime League. I am Rivington Bisson III. This handsome man is David Freak Turley, and because we're live, that means we can swear all we want.
I just got to cut you off on that one. Not allowed. I'll bleep you out with the air horn if I have to. You freaking check yourself.
We were in on this together.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's okay. I'm going to store this. We're good to go. Continue without the swearing.
Well, we have this magnificent audience here. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some League of Legends? You ready to talk about League? I'd say it's a prime time to do so. Well, another year of Korean dominance. The Korean team has won every World since 2013, and since 2012, their overall record is 129 wins and 52 losses. That's a 71.3% win rate, much like my Thresh.
Much like your Thresh, I've been the victim of it. It's been scary. It's practically Korean, your Thresh. It's amazing. Your Mata, really. Yeah, so 2 Korean squads in the final for the second year in a row. One of these 2 is going to be hosting the Summoners Cup and continuing the basically long legacy now of Korean dominance here. And we're going to start by talking about... Yeah, let's start talking about Samsung a little bit. Now, Samsung, or at least a team named Samsung, did win the World Championship back in 2014 with a squad named Samsung White. This, however, is an entirely rebuilt roster.
Still good?
After Worlds 2014, they entirely broke apart. They brought in some new guys, and this new Samsung Galaxy squad are 11-1 at Worlds. They are looking to take down the reigning champions, the teams that everyone is looking at, which is SK Telecom T1.
And an absolutely ridiculous group stage where the time was tempered, but fastest times out of group stage when they're the surprise of Korea. Nobody expected much, and they have surprised a lot of people. And all SKT has done is win Worlds every time they have participated. This is the first time was right here in Los Angeles back in 2013, and now they have a chance to make it 3 titles in 3 appearances with Fakey, Benger, and Koma, looking to hoist the cup for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. Also a good percentage.
Also pretty much incredible. These guys are super dominant. Now, not only are they the reigning champions here to defend their title, but they're just the massive favorites here. Coming in at the beginning of the year, people were like, ooh, who should win Worlds? SKT was on the top of everyone's list. Here they are in the finals, looking like they might just be that.
Well, as we move forward in the show, we'll be breaking down the championship fight between Samsung Galaxy and SK Telecom T1 throughout today's PTL. But first, I need you here in the audience to help me out with something. When I say Mike, you say check. Cool? Let's try it. Mike! Check! Mike! Check! Roll the video!
Nidalee first?
Let's do Jin first.
Jin?
Just so it looks different. Their only wave clear is going to be Victor, so if we set up for sieges, we play the disengage, and we can siege everywhere away from Victor. So we can out-rotate with this comp really hard, so that's what we should be focusing.
Yeah.
Alright, good luck, have fun guys, you guys got this.
Thank you, Brali. Okay, can you check it? Go, Nida?
Yeah, we fight.
Kan we.
I just Nida. Nice. Holy shit.
Can you keep it now? Echo is roaming. I can look for TP one here.
I have root.
You play siege, okay?
Yeah,
I can go in instant siege.
You can
Should I TP now?
Yeah, tip now.
I TP now? Okay, slowly.
They ult.
I mean, we can fight.
Ash have no ults.
Victor dead.
Ash have no ults.
MF dead, MF
Go
dead.
MF.
Is that? Can we Nashor? No, we cannot. I go back to top.
걸자 이거.
오케이 일단 지나가 걸자.
오케이.
리신. 나갈 수 있어. 가자.
리신.
라이즈.
못 잡았고. 잡아. 쳐주고. 더드 가도 돼. 빼면서. 라이즈. 11은 높을.
건다 얘네 건다. 11은 높을.
오케이.
우리랑 헐어도 돼.
오케이. 11은 높을.
못 잡았어.
타올게.
나 가인이야. 괜찮아.
올라프.
나 지금
다시 잡았고.
오케이, 나이스.
깨면 끝.
끝내.
끝내.
에이씨.
타워 밀어서.
오케이 밀자. 오케이. 이제 할 수 있고 할 수 있다. 할 수 있어. 잘해봅시다.
잘해야지.
야 완전 반반이야 이거. 피넛부터. 피넛 야 피넛 궁. 야 우리 날라갔어. 다음 빼. 나이스. 이거 한타 보자. 한타 봐. 천천히 봐. 빅토르 높여. 빼면서 봐. 나이스.
캐틀 막을게.
게임 끝내. 끝났어. 미드 왔어.
정명이랑 같이 볼게.
리콜만 끊을게.
야 빨리 밀어야 돼 이거.
제가 탑선픽 할게요. 솔직히 우리 저희 준비한 거 그 카르마 미포 한번 해봐야 되긴 하지 않아?
초반에 갱 거의 안 가고 그냥 시야.
야 쟤네 잘못 골랐다.
뭐야?
야.
잘못 고른 거지?
네.
저거를 일부러 하려고 하나?
아니야. 잘못 고른 거야.
자, 여기서 우리의 운명이 걸린다.
아, 파이팅!
진고. 고.
아니 괜찮아. 잡았다. 나이스.
나이스. 바텀 나이스.
들어갈게.
깰 수 있다. 빅토르 안 돼?
빅토르 높여.
나이스. 이제 잡았어. 끝내.
미포가 못 가게. 미포가.
아 미에 여기 있어.
끊을게.
야 이거 계속 가봐. 나 테니스다. 가봐. 잘 싸움 할만할 것 같은데 이거.
잘하면 돼.
해보자. 가연이잖아. 나이스. 우리 노플이야.
천천히.
우리 노플.
우리 스킬 빠졌다. 더블 있어.
나이스. 막판이야 막판.
파이팅!
이거 얘들아 지더라도 후회 없게 하자. 화이팅!
파이팅!
할만할 것 같은데.
머리 높이야.
가보자.
일로 가. 탑. 살았어.
나 못 붙어. 우리 오플. 한 대만. 빼야 돼.
제가 잘 살았다.
잠깐만 보고 있어.
이거 우리 딜 못 넣고.
천천히.
아 쉣.
백. 피흡해. 미드 가.
쭉 가자.
나이스.
나 카르마.
난 최대한 애쉬 맞을게.
야 끝내.
이거 제이스만 잡으면 끝이야.
아니다. 끝났으면 어차피.
이쪽 빠져.
끝났다. 나 드나 있어. 나이스.
아잉고 한번 안아줘서. 나이스.
Hello, LA Live! I'm Shax, and I am very happy to be joined by Martin the Fisher, Linga, Joshua Jatleesman, and Kobe Hartman Kensler. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
Fantastic.
We got Europe on this side, we got NA on
NA
that
on the
side,
other
and we
side.
also got NA over there, but still.
Yeah.
You're actually surrounded by NA.
It's surrounded again, yeah.
That's fine.
Hate to break it to you.
But we're having a great time nonetheless. We're here to break down the World's 2016 World's Final lane by lane. But first, we're going to take a look at SKT and Samsung, who met back in summer in the LCK in 2 best-of-3s. It was a clean sweep for SKT, 4-0 there, so that got that going for them at least, Chat.
Yeah, obviously Samsung has been 11-1 against the teams they played at Worlds, but we can't forget where Samsung came from. Since the rebuild, they're actually 2-16 against SKT, and most recently, obviously, they were 0-4 because in the split, they beat everyone that was below them in the standings and kind of lost to everyone who was above them in the standings. So still a tall hill to climb when they face SKT.
And sadly, for Samsung so far, I say sadly, maybe actually good for them, they haven't faced any of the Korean powerhouses yet, and now they are facing one. Obviously, SKT and ROX were in the other semi-final. Kind of made sure Samsung could make it all the way here, and then we got to see if they can actually play with the big boys.
Yeah, we will see what happens. And to get a more up-to-date breakdown, we're going to go lane by lane. Starting in the top lane, you have some problems with the...
We're going to check.
There we go. Kobe didn't say anything yet, but it works. So, Kobe, top lane, Duke up versus Cuvée. What do you think?
Cuvée has actually been my favorite player on the entire team of Samsung. This guy has had huge improvements, and this might be the only lane actually that I would give them the edge because he has been solo killing some of the top players in the top lane at the tournament. Even though you talk about, the teams that Samsung has played against, Smeb himself said that Odoamne and Impact were some of the best laners, and Cuvée has been solo killing them.
That's the most impressive thing to me, the 15 solo kills when you compare them to the 3 of Duke. But I also want to make sure that we're not underselling Duke. The team gave him a lot of pick priority in their series against ROX, and he had the late game scaling and split push advantage in most of those games. So yes, I do think Cuvée is a place where Samsung could find an edge, but Duke is still really good, if not a little bit inconsistent.
Yeah, I
So are
think
you giving the edge to SKT or Samsung?
I'm giving the edge to Samsung.
Okay, so
I'm going to go Duke. I'm going to go against you guys. I'm going to go Duke here. I actually think he's a bit, like you said, a little bit underrated now. A lot of people look at him as somewhat of a weakling on the team, where if we look at the series against Rocks Tigers, in most of the games, he actually did just as fine as Smep. And we looked at Smep as the best player in the world coming into the tournament. So I think Duke is actually playing just fine. He's not going to have any issues up in the top lane, and that is definitely not where Samsung is going to win.
Yeah. Kobe, he said Duke. Cuve, who do you say?
I said Cuve.
Yeah.
I was the one that
Okay.
started off.
All right.
Pay attention.
You talked for a long time.
NAEU. NA's clearly
Again,
on the side.
All right,
we're not
so
with these guys.
I think we should ask the audience and instead, who thinks that Duke is going to win it up? And who's rooting for Cuve? Oh, wow. There we go. I think the audience...
NA audience.
Well, what? It's a Korean team. What are you... Okay, moving on. We're going to take things into the jungle now and take a look at Blank and Bengi up against Ambition. What a fantastic matchup. Will Bengi bring it home for a third time with his team?
After watching Ice on SKT, you know, just before we went live here, and seeing how happy Bengi was after winning, and he got off the bench, he got a 3-0 for himself. Blank lost the 2 games. I think Bengi is coming in looking super hot, and that's fantastic. Even playing Italy, and that's great for SKT. They can kind of use both junglers if they want to. They probably will use both, just to try and get a little bit of an advantage by playing 2 different cards.
Yeah, I mean, I think the performance by Bengi was incredibly clutch. But also, when they did pick Nidalee, they said, oops, we thought the other team would ban it. I forgot it was up. Sorry, Bengi, I guess you're going to have to try. I do think that the SKT junglers have a small edge in the fact that they can swap out, but I think Ambition's better than both of them and has been performing better than both of them in most of this world. So, again, a very slight edge to Ambition for his jungle pathing and how well he's been playing so far at Worlds.
I'm going to have to, I'm not actually sure which one you went with, but in the end,
First, and then I'll make up my mind.
That's a good strategy. We're going to split, though, because I actually do think the edge of SKT having one of their junglers sit on the bench with Coma and listen to the communication of the team in the first game, coming in has a huge advantage, especially for the jungler position, because you get to analyze the other jungler without them seeing anything that you're planning to do in that game. So specifically for this position, I think it's so good to have a jungler sub.
Who do you think SKT will come out with from the beginning? Because we've seen that for...
Bengi
for trust issues or just trying to get into the groove of things. We'll see what happens. I'd love to know what you guys think. Bengi and Blank? Okay. Or Ambition?
Even.
50-50. 50-50.
Or Kobe 24.
Yeah,
one guy.
Congratulations.
All right, well, we've heard what you guys have to say about the the top lane, rather, and the jungle. We're going to get to the mid lane a little bit later. We just asked the audience as well, and I know you guys will have a really big opinion on that one. But now, before we get there, we are going to see who Riv is hiding in a finals edition of Know the Pro.
All right, LA Live audience, look into that gigantic Vel'Koz-sized eyeball on the big screen and tell me if you know the pro. Who do you think it is? Who? Maybe? Well, if you were one of the people who yelled out Ambition, then you would have been correct. Ambition has been a pro player for almost 6 years now. He's a 2-time MLG winner, 2012 Spring Champions winner, IEM Season 7 World Champion, and 12-time LCK participant. This is his first Worlds appearance, however, and he's managed to make it all the way to the finals. It's not a bad way to cap off one of the longest careers in professional League of Legends. Now, let's send it back over to Shox and the gang to see what they have to say about the mid lane matchup.
Thank you so much, Riv. We're back on the matchup train, and we are going to head in.
Know the pro is now impossible.
Yeah.
I feel like the first
Did
few
you know
are
what it was?
somewhat logical, where you see like
I'm a firm
defining
believer
feature.
of always guess Aframu. You'll be right. You'll be right one of these
Eventually,
days.
it'll come out.
Definitely. Well, none of us got it right either, but it was Ambition, and we will be seeing him in that jungle matchup. But now we're going to take a look at the mid lane matchup, Faker versus Crown. And I know that the crowd has a big opinion on that, probably, but I am going to go to you guys first because I value your opinion as well. Colby, Faker or Crown?
Woo, first dibs. I'm definitely going to go with Faker. I think a lot of people would agree. Just because not only has he, racked up the numbers as far as CS and all the mid lane stats, but the escapes that Faker has had already here at Worlds, dodging ganks, multiple members, dodging skill shots, we even had a bunch of them as far as the highlights, is huge. Plus, if you watch Summer in the LCK, the games that SKT did win against Samsung, they attacked the mid lane, and Crown died quite often.
Yeah, and I also just kind of want to reiterate how much pressure Faker puts on the map and how much pressure he absorbs from the other team. That's where he's really unmatched as far as the mid lane goes. You watch all their games, the enemy mid lane turret is almost always falling down. He doesn't have to roam in order to have that kind of impact because there's always that huge presence on the map. And we had him as the second-ranked player at the Worlds coming into Smeb. He downed Smeb. He is definitely playing like the best player in the world and looking to go for his third World Championship.
So you're saying Crown?
Can you hear?
Oh, you said Faker. Okay.
Yeah. EU mic there.
I got it on this side, you know, that's
What?
why.
That is not necessary.
And also, I don't hear with the mic, I hear with this one, Kobe. But I'm going to go easy here as well and say Faker.
All right.
I think everyone is going to say Faker, most likely. Crown will definitely have issues, champion pool-wise. He's not playing Syndra. It's going to get banned. We haven't seen his Aurelion Sol either. Mid lane-wise, as Kobe said, they've played against him so many times in the past and never struggle against Crown. So yes, Crown was really good against Rio, and that was great. But now he kind of goes to the next level and takes on Faker.
Yeah, and there's a few things going on in the champion pool with these matchups as well, because even though Crown is a very good player, you look at his ability to play Syndra. They've banned Syndra every game since they lost to it when they played against TSM. He hasn't played Aurelion Sol. His win rate on Orianna is sub 50%. And these are champions that are going to be in solo queue. And these are champions we're going to be seeing a lot of on the world stage. And Faker has proven that he's been able to play most of these champions. So I wonder how much they're going to have to ban at Faker to keep Crown protected.
Yeah, I think the only ban SKT needs is Victor. And they've actually already beaten his Victor before, but I think they still will ban it this time.
And what's funny is all time, Faker has a much higher Victor win rate than Crown does.
I mean, that's not fair.
Yeah,
his overall
he's
win
won
rate
so
is
many
much
games.
higher.
Crown used to lose everything. Crown used to lose everything.
Wins a lot.
All right, well, you guys, it's unanimous Faker, Faker, Faker. So let's hear what the crowd thinks. Do you guys think Faker is going to take it? No surprises there, but does anyone think that Crown has what it takes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, is the underdog. That's a good amount of votes
The
for
guy's
the
cheering for
underdog.
Kobe, cheering for Crown.
Yeah, it's for Kobe, guys. All right, well, we've got one lane left. We're going to check in on the bottom lane. Bang and Wolf versus Ruler and one of their two supports in Core JJ or Race. Can the power of a former Dignitas player take down the might that is
I like
SKT?
that. Slip in the NA.
Yeah, NA has a chance. Brazil has a chance. Crown played over in there.
Yeah, so what do we
really
think?
interesting matchup.
So I actually
Let's talk
think,
about it.
I'm going to jump in because these guys don't want to talk. I'm going to say this is where Samsung
my turn
can.
now.
This is where Samsung actually can win. I feel not because they're better 2v2 lane, but because Samsung will just try to attack it. It's going crazy over there, so I'm going to turn like this instead. But because Samsung honestly can just play around it. TPs, roams from mid lane, jungle pressure. It's exactly what Rox did against Wolf. You know, he got caught so
Just
often.
so you know, Bang is the highest KDA of any player at Worlds
Hey.
and the highest damage per minute
Let's-
of any AD carry.
I'm
So
not
important.
saying that Bang is worse than Ruler, but
Okay.
I'm saying if Samsung is going to win, I think it is around the bottom lane with the entire team, attack Bang, attack Wolf, try and get that early tower like Rox Tigers actually did do, because Faker doesn't roam that much, Duke is not the greatest teleporter, so you can actually attack that bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, Wolf is someone who has been getting caught out of position a lot, but Ruler for Samsung is also someone who's being caught out in a decent number of team fights. So I think the edge, in my opinion, is pretty clear in the side of SKT as long as Wolf figures out what he's doing in the Misfortune matchup, because that was pretty much all of his
He's
deaths in
played
that
in solo
series.
queue, 7 games. So.
Oh, I'm
ready.
waiting for someone to pick MF AD and then throw in his Zyra support. That'll be the big surprise for me.
Or are they going to sub in Wraith and he'll play the Lux support? Because
And
he's also been
lose.
playing that in solo queue. I am also going to go with the SKT bottom lane because SKT have already shown how much poise on the championship stage matters. And Ruler is in his rookie year, and even though he's been great, I think it's going to be hard for him to match up with Bang.
Just want to make sure I also say SKT spot lane.
Oh.
I thought you were
However,
saying Samsung.
I'm just saying Samsung, that's where
I
they
like
can
that.
win the
Half
game.
vote. In
It's a
case you're wrong,
50-50, it's a
you're making
win-win.
sure
If
it
Samsung wins through bot lane, I look great. If SKT wins, I look great as well. So it's a 50-50.
You always look
Disagree.
Thank
don't
you,
worry.
Kobe, thank you.
Yeah, okay, moving on. We're going to ask the crowd as well. Who is going to be victorious here? Is it Bang and Wolf? Or how about Ruler, Wraith, and NA's last hope, Core JJ?
That's cheating, cheating. You said NA, say TSM, and then they're also going to cheer.
You just said it. No!
There we go, there we go.
Look what you've done.
Let it all out, guys. Like, get it all over with, and then... all right, so going down all these lanes, it seems like you guys are favoring SKT for most of them. So, predictions?
Yes.
No, actually,
I
I'm
think
not allowed to ask you
SKT
yet. It's almost
has an advantage in this series.
Great, I messed that up. But anyway, we're going to get your actual predictions later, so don't tell them now. For now, though...
Ah, boo-hoo, Irene. Let's get on with the show, Chad.
All right, Chad here with Kobe. We have a special edition with This or That. It is live today. If you've noticed, you have This or That cards you can help vote with.
If you noticed.
Kobe and I have never seen these before. I assume you guys have never seen these before. We have
We got
7
some
slides,
spies out
which
there.
I think are going to be up on that screen. You ready to go, Kobe?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. First slide.
First slide. Please come up. There we go.
Aha, it
Favorite
works.
match of Worlds so far. SKT versus Rocks or ANX beating Rocks. Favorite match. So this would actually be, if it's match, the whole best of 5
Yeah, that's
or just
5
the one
games.
game.
This is 5 games versus 1 game.
Crowd has actually a very
That's a lot of blue.
close mix. This is on the left. That is going to be on the right.
I mean, this had a surprise Misfortune support that caused Misfortune and solo queue to drop like 5% win rate. I'm going to go with this.
The thing is, if it was a single game, if it was game 4 of the series
it's
versus
not.
this, ANX beating Rocks was one of the most tremendous games of League of Legends I ever saw live. But one of the best series I've ever seen at Worlds with Bengi coming in off the bench, surprise Misfortune. It had everything. I am with the people in the audience that were saying this, as is Kobe.
Let's go
Awesome
slide
job.
number 2.
Slide number 2. More clutch sub. Bengi or Core JJ?
Ooh. Now, this
Define
is
clutch.
Yeah, well, think about this though, because Core JJ coming in, they've gone all the way. They finished the season in 4th place.
This is another one where
And
we have a
made it
pretty
all
good
the way to
mix.
the semifinals of Worlds.
Yeah. So, Core
Bengi,
JJ has been crushing people, but I wouldn't necessarily call that clutch because he's been consistently doing well. Whereas Bengi came in when losing one game literally kicks him out of the World Championship.
I mean, yeah, Blank got them
going
2
this.
losses, and Bengi comes in, they win the series. I go with Bengi also. Let's go this.
Woo! I'd say 70% of the crowd had that one, so good job, guys. Slide number 3. The Dignitas clutch factor is very impressive. And his
Another
last note,
Core JJ.
Core JJ.
Whoa!
Whoa! Look at the number of that.
Obviously, Jat is going to go with TSM.
You think that? Listen, Kobe. Core JJ is someone who is actually competing in the World Championship. The TSM chant is a meme at this point.
TSM chant is competing right
We're
now.
saying it's either a player at Worlds or a meme. I am going with Core JJ, the greatest Ezreal.
All right, well, we're going to disagree then because I go with the TSM chant. That thing, TSM chant always shows up.
Double of chance showing up as well. We finally disagreed. Let's get to the next slide.
All right.
Better SKT team, 2015 or 2016?
Ooh, I have to immediately go with 2015. I mean, they didn't drop a game
Look
till
at
the
this.
finals. They
Yeah.
dropped a single game. They absolutely crushed it.
Even if you just look at the years they had, 2015
Easily.
SKT was so incredibly dominant in Korea. They hadn't lost a game until they were up 2-0 in the finals to the Tigers. Then they dropped 1 and then they closed it out. Whereas this SKT's already lost 4 games. Wasn't
No
their worst even
contest.
good. No contest.
Audience, pretty much everybody
Yeah.
said blue, too.
I want to see 2013 SKT. Even then, I think 2015 SKT was better. Let's get to the next slide. Slide number 5, I think. Worse for solo queue.
Oh. I think
Support
Brian
Brandon,
works
support
just
MF.
fine in solo queue.
Look at all the people that are saying that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, I'm saying support MF has worse in solo queue because I think Brand has been good in solo queue as support for a long time.
And some more, MF is not universally good. Good against Zyra, right?
Yes, it is
All
good
right.
against Zyra because if both the AD carry and support hit a plant, it kills it right away, which no other supports can do.
Also the other factors of the move speed and the make it rain. But yeah, let's go.
That was awesome. Next slide. Who will win Worlds? SKT or Samsung?
Prediction time here.
Prediction time. I'm seeing
There's a lot of blue out there.
A lot of Samsung. I like how it's color coded as well with between the blue and the red. I am going SKT for a pluritude of reasons.
I am also going to go with SKT, but I'm going to have a lot of hope for Samsung. I hope that we can get 5 games.
Yeah, that's the thing, because if you look at their records at Worlds, Samsung has been doing very well, but they've also, in the quarterfinals, played Cloud9 and H2K, whereas SKT just played the Rocks Tigers, and they played RNG to get through, which to me is a much formidable road.
And most of the team are returning champions. Like, these guys have already shown the discipline, you know, and the composure on stage. So I think we have to go with SKT favored.
All right. Do we have another slide? I believe we do. This or that.
Hey!
Who walked it better? Peanut or Leo?
Peanut! Peanut's is natural! Leo looks
Peanut.
so forced!
Look at this. Very few DiCaprio fans.
Yeah, I'd definitely go Peanut. Go this!
Yeah.
There we go.
I agree. Peanut, that was pure exuberance from Peanut.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I believe that was the final side. So that's going to wrap it up for this or that. You guys have been awesome. If you weren't live voting already, you can tweet hashtag this or that. Let us know who you think won. Let us know who you think got those slides. This is fun, Kobe.
When we disagree on like one
We
slide?
disagreed on
All
one
right.
slide. We did it.
Thank you, guys.
Fantastic job, gentlemen. I think that last one was totally a this anyways, but now it is time for some of the best plays from semifinals, or as Los Angeles can call it, the Penta! You guys are awesome. Dashing in to number 5, it was H2K's Otawamne with the surprise Kennen ultimate to turn the fight around.
Ruler's gonna look for Vander. Vander's caught between a rock and a hard place and he's down. Here comes Jankos. He's throwing down the Righteous Glory, looking for Crown. They've traded 1 for 1. The Proto Belt forward. Forgiven's on the board. Gorge JJ's dead. It's a 1 for 3.
Honestly, perfect timing for H2K. They knew Samsung were pushing for that mid tower. They knew it was just a matter of time before the engage happened, and Oda Amne had just a few seconds left on that board. He pulled the trigger. They managed to get the engage, and they get a tower as well.
At number 4, it was SKT's Faker with the game-winning Shockwave.
They're trying to keep him out. Rappel gets away from the stun. He goes in for it, and it's secured by Bangi. That is a big deal. SKT, the Shockwave, a shutdown. They've got 3 already. They're looking to kill absolutely everybody. Rocks Tigers getting wiped off the face of the map. Smep the only one alive.
We were waiting for the big shockwave. Big thing about casting an Orianna game is waiting for the ball control, waiting for the big shockwave, and this was that fight.
And this is why I put so much emphasis on clutch players.
Faker was truly unkillable as he survived 1 versus 3 in our number 3 play.
They do see Faker, and the Cocoon's not going to land, though, so can they get anything else? The flash chase, it's Smeb onto his face, looking for a little bit more, and he's not going to go down. Faker, with just a ghost, gets away with it.
He knew they were coming. The second Gorilla charged at him in an empty lane. He did a minor step upwards, forcing the Cocoon to ever so slightly miss. This leaves mid lane exposed, but Prey is here to defend. But that was so close. Faker saw the enemy support running at him. He knew he was getting ganked, and then the Cocoon was just a hair short.
At number 2, it was the tag team of Rocks Tigers, Prey, and Peanut to turn the tide in this 2v4.
And now Prey is here, Exhaust is on. 1 kill picked up, and Faker gets it back on a Gorilla. Smeb running out of health and gets shut down as well, but Prey, does he find the targets? Peanut has Guardian Angel, maybe he plays frontline. How much can they really get? Prey turns it back around, looks for Bang, looks for it all. He's got 1, what else can he get? It's gonna be Blake in his sights.
He's coming back.
Faker's low. How much more can they get? The stun's coming in, and it's Duke with the big play. But the turnaround from Prey, turning it back in. The chase, the resonating strike, and the ace comes through for Peanut.
And in our number 1 play of the week, it was Prey's arrow seen around the world.
Rox doesn't actually have to stop pushing right now. They can delay the recalls with Ash arrows. Can he get teleport? He got him! They stopped it!
He stopped Duke!
Originally, Echo was recalling, canceled it and wanted to get there quicker, changed to teleport, and it just barely gets there in time.
Look at that arrow. So now I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who came out here today. But before we go, we still have some unfinished business to take care of. I hear that a few of us still haven't done our picks, mainly everybody on the stage. Well, you can wait till last then, Mr. Caboose. So, Shocks, we'll start with you. You can show your work if you want to. We have a little bit of time, so if you feel you need to discuss why you chose SKT to win, go ahead.
Disclaimer, I'm not an analyst, so I'm not going to give any background. No, I do think SKT is going to win. I love the story that they were coming back here in Staples Center where they got their very first title, and Bengi is back in the lineup as well. So I feel like they have a lot of momentum going for them, and I hope it turns into 5 games. But in the end, I feel like SKT is going to lift the cup here.
So is there a chance there for 1 or 2 games in? Or?
I mean, I definitely hope so, but I think we all do.
All right, Zyrene, Trevor?
So I think SK Telecom T1, but I don't think it's going to be as close as everybody thinks, or sorry, as much of a stomp as everybody thinks it's going to be. That's the big thing there, because Samsung Galaxy have looked better and better, and people are like, oh, maybe they haven't played the best opponents, but I do think that Samsung Galaxy, the patch is way better than when they were in Korea for them. Cuvee can play better champions in the top lane now, play more to his style, and I feel as though Ambition has stepped up, and Crown has really come into his own, and Ruler hasn't been showing any of those nerves. So I think that SKT will win, but I feel Samsung has a really good chance.
Wow, a lot of hope there from Zyrene.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Trevor
I
coming
want
in.
it to be exciting. I'm just sad you said we have some extra time, but you cut my rap off. I had a whole album.
Break it
I had
down,
a whole
Trev.
album worth of content left. No,
Hey, we have
I think-
time. We have time in my segment. How you manage your
got it,
time
got it.
isn't on
Look,
me.
I think SKT is going to do it. I'd love it if it went to 4 or 5 games. But the story's just too big. 3 out of the last 6 World Championships. Like, it's amazing.
All right, Spawn.
Oh, you're my personal microphone holder. This is good. Unlike my segment that I did and got destroyed in, I actually think that SKT will take this one quite handily. When you have a look at it, our biggest, I guess, complaint is that Samsung Galaxy didn't have to play against the Rocks Tigers, and I think that maybe if that happens, they don't even get to the final. So I think that they had the easier side of the bracket, that their players are a little bit too inexperienced to be able to take it. In saying that, much like Zyrene, I think that they will snag 1 or 2 games because their early game is really, really dominant at the moment, and I think that they will be able to at least pick up 1.
So what you're saying is hashtag QuickShot1?
Don't say it. It's big. I say SKT. These
right, Jack.
guys, I actually think it's going to be a 3-0. I hope it's not, but I think SKT's going to be playing very well.
That was quick. Yeah, I'm going to
Whoa,
get 2
double
mics,
mic.
please. Give me a third one here. Give me a fourth as well. We need all these mics here to say SKT is also, I'm going to say SKT is also going to win. Very exciting. Give me more mics. Can I get a 5th one? Riff. No, SKT is going to win. 3-1. Samsung gets 1 game because why not? And that's going to happen.
Just throw it in there
If
for him.
Faker
All right.
allows it.
All right. Yeah.
Wants to.
All right, Freak.
For how much you give interviews, you moved around so much and made life incredibly difficult.
Have you had 4 mics in
Passing
your
around.
face before? It's distracting.
How about the person talking steps out into the front of the semicircle?
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Free.
here we go.
All right, it's me.
This is Freak. He likes
here
pizza
we
and
go.
soccer.
We're
Freak, what's
good.
your pick?
I think it's SKT. I'm just going to go back to where I feel uncomfortable being alone up there. I think SK Telecom T1 are the favorites. I became Australian randomly. I really like Samsung.
Good day, mate. Put some shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, but to be honest, I love the Samsung story. It's great because Pastry's in the NA office, and I just say mate to him all the time as well.
We don't speak like that.
I don't
We say prawn.
This is like a game of
Prawns.
telephone. We
Put
did
some
so well,
prawns
and
in
the
the
message
barbie.
got derailed halfway
Yeah,
down.
anyway.
All right, what do you got? Who you
I
picking?
think SKT is going to win. I love the Samsung storyline where they were like 0-19 against KT Rolster
All right.
and then beat them anyway to come in. They're like 2-16 against SKT and like maybe they can do it. I really want Samsung to win. I'm stopping to show emphasis, whatever.
All right, Kobe,
Anyway,
Kobe, give me your pick.
How do I follow that
You can't.
masterpiece? That was honestly though, do we really need 8 people saying SKT here? I think this is a little redundant. What does the audience think? That's SKT. I think I'll just go with the audience then.
That's TSM then. If you go to the audience, you're predicting TSM.
Oh, I'll go. Yeah, TSM.
TSM.
Absolutely perfect. As Freak would say, you guys put a great emphasis on it. That just about does it here for the Primetime League live show. But before we go, let's hitch a ride with Mark Cuban, Kiwi Kid, and Laser Beams as they finish their road trip to Worlds, and we'll see you at finals.
Oh my, that was amazing. Dude, can you believe that? Semifinals were awesome. Dude, New York is so much fun. Did you have a good time?
God, it was so great. I love the energy there. The fans at New York's always great. I loved it.
You know what's even better? Los Angeles finals on our way right now.
Let's just get on the road right now.
Awesome.
Oh, actually, dude, you want to stop by Austin? I grew up there. It's my hometown. I know the good restaurants, the bars.
Yes, we're gonna stop at Austin. Yes, we're gonna party, and it's perfect. I have a business meeting that I set up there, okay? It's only gonna take a little bit of time, but it's super important to me. So we're gonna party, and we're gonna party hard. But you gotta promise to wake me up in the morning.
All right, let's do it. I got your back, man. There's no way you're going to miss this meeting.
Oh.
I will wake you up 100%.
World's
You know
finals,
it.
baby. Let's go! Woo! Woo! Woo!
Let's go.
Yo, Beams, wake up, man. Don't you have that meeting?
Man. What time is it?
It's like almost noon.
What the f, Kiwi? I told you to wake me up! Oh my god, this place is a mess! What was on my head? There's stuff everywhere, man. This place is trash! Jesus, he's gonna be here in like 2 minutes!
Welcome, Mr. Cuban, to the LOL tank.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
Ooh, Mr. Cuban, we have something called the fine jar. Whenever you swear, you're gonna have to put some cash in the jar.
It.
Boom. I'll take the whole wallet. Perfect.
Let's go.
Okay. I'm asking for a $1 million investment for an 8% stake in an LCS team that I currently do not own.
Okay.
Now, branding is everything, right?
First, having a team is kind of more important, but go ahead.
Boy, do I have the branding for you. I'm going to show you a few team names and logos, and you let me know which one you are in love with.
Okay.
Okay? First up, Team Laser Beams. That's me, looking like a superhero with the 3D name. What do we think?
What else you got?
Fair enough. Number one's not for you. Number two, coming at you. This one is called Team Money. So that's me, and that's you. We're also up there, surrounded by money.
I'm open to it. You do know how much I charge, though, right?
No, I don't know that.
What else you got?
Okay, fair enough. That one's a little OP for you. I'm gonna put that down here. This is my masterpiece.
Okay.
I'm very excited to show you. Third, final one. Team Cuban. That's you on a Maverick mounting the world. Show me the money mark.
Seriously. This is what you got.
Well, I can remove my face, my name, like no problem. But I'm thinking like this right here, you and me, this could work.
You think that's complimentary?
Yes. I want to check your temperature. Maybe you didn't want to be.
Check my temperature?
Well, yeah, you know, like not really check your temperature, but like, you know, like isn't that it's like a business term, right? That's not a business term? Well, I thought this was going to go a different way. And you were going to be like super like pumped about this because it's like you look
seriously
like regal.
Do you know where that picture's from?
The internet?
Do you not know what was happening when that happened? It's like famous. That was like one of my worst days ever. That was Game 6 against Miami.
I thought that it was like it worked perfect for the art.
Do I look happy? It looks like the unicorn's got his unicorn up my ass because that's exactly what was happening that day. Dwayne Wade put his unicorn up my ass.
That sounds uncomfortable. I'm sorry about that.
This is a disaster. I came all the way here.
Mm-hmm.
This is.
So it's a no?
No, that's
Okay.
an absolute
Okay.
no.
Okay.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Well,
what
just-
else you got? Anything?
Well, no, I thought this was like my crescendo. I thought we were gonna
That's your
like on
crescendo.
the Team Laser Beams, Team Money, and then it was you and me together, and like the gold coins were all
So you
around.
put together a team that doesn't exist with a logo / brand of the worst day of my personal life. And you don't have any sponsors. You don't have anybody for your squad.
When you say it like that, it sounds really terrible. But just know that like when I was putting it together, it was coming from a good place. Does that count for anything? Can I maybe get an autograph on the artwork?
Look.
Okay.
I'm just going to give it to you straight.
Okay.
This sucks.
Okay.
I'm out. I'm so far out that I got to get out of here. I'm going to go to the Worlds.
Okay.
I'm flying.
Okay.
I'm taking my jet.
That's awesome.
Kiwi and I, we're going to be landing and partying.
Is there any way
No.
that... But what if I were to like...
No.
Okay.
You can kiss my hand and apologize. That's the way we work it.
You gotta be buds now, right?
Kiwi!
What?
Let's go.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
Wait, Kiwi! Kiwi, what are you doing, man? You can't leave.
Dude, I gotta go. I'm going to PJ with Mark Cuban.
Faker might win again and actually do a double tumble. If that happens, everyone's heads are going to explode, and you and me are going to be there, and they're going to be exploding. We're going to be there together. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be you and me.
It's a private jet. It's Mark Cuban. I have to.
All right, fine, man. Get on the jet. Get on the jet with Mark Cuban.
Come on, Kiwi. We got the Mile High Club waiting. Let's go.
I love you, dude.
Yo, I love you, Kiwi. I'll see you in a couple days. World's Finals, here I come.